Welcome to an interactive video focusing on managing cultural conflicts. This skill means identifying, addressing, and resolving cultural misunderstandings constructively. As a lecturer, developing this skill allows you to create a respectful and supportive learning environment where cultural differences are acknowledged, conflicts are addressed constructively, and all students feel valued and understood.
Acquiring this skill means that you are able to identify signs of cultural tension through observation and student feedback, mediate cross-cultural misunderstandings and conflicts with impartiality, ensuring resolution within weeks of identification, facilitate open discussions to promote mutual understanding.
Cultural conflict is an opportunity for growth. In multicultural learning environments, conflict is not necessarily a sign of failure. When cultural misunderstandings are left unaddressed, they can escalate into resentment, exclusion, and disengagement. For lecturers, the ability to recognize, address, and resolve cultural tensions is essential for fostering a respectful, inclusive, and productive academic space. Cultural conflict, handled well, can become a doorway to deeper understanding and intercultural competence.
Recognizing cultural tension early. The first step in managing cultural conflict is recognizing its signs. Tensions may not appear as overt disputes. They can manifest as withdrawal, silence, miscommunication, or subtle exclusion. These cues may be especially difficult to notice in digital or hybrid environments. Lecturers should pay attention to verbal and non-verbal feedback, discussion board contributions, participation patterns, and peer evaluations. Surveys with culturally sensitive questions can uncover issues students may hesitate to voice directly. Observation must be paired with cultural humility. What appears as disengagement may reflect a student's cultural norms or unfamiliarity with certain classroom practices.
Mediation with empathy and impartiality. Once a cultural misunderstanding is identified, mediation becomes essential. Effective mediation is timely, impartial, and focused on restoring communication and mutual respect, rather than assigning blame. Interventions should ideally occur within weeks to prevent escalation. Strategies may include private check-ins, restorative conversations, and use of neutral language to reframe the situation as a learning opportunity. Lecturers model respectful listening, clarify intentions, and acknowledge the cultural dimension without resorting to stereotypes.
Facilitating structured dialogue. Resolving cultural conflict often requires structured dialogue. Open discussion spaces allow students to express, hear, and reflect on diverse cultural perspectives. Methods may include circle discussions with ground rules, anonymous sharing tools followed by facilitated conversation, or critical incident reflections in small groups. The aim is recognition, not consensus, acknowledging difference, complexity, and shared humanity. Setting expectations for respect, confidentiality, and curiosity ensures psychological safety while allowing meaningful engagement.
Preventing conflict through culture-aware practices. Although not all conflicts can be prevented, many can be anticipated through thoughtful classroom design. Clear group norms that explicitly recognize cultural differences, providing context for unfamiliar practices, and normalizing cultural exploration help prevent misunderstandings. Educators should also address power dynamics, recognizing that dominant cultural norms often define normal behavior. Equity is achieved not only by managing tensions but by making hidden norms visible.
Ongoing relational practice. Managing cultural conflict is a relational and iterative practice grounded in trust. It requires openness to feedback, humility, and the willingness to collaborate with students in crafting solutions. Embracing discomfort as part of learning strengthens classroom cohesion and models the critical competency of working across difference with respect, clarity, and care. By creating environments where students feel safe to speak, listen, and repair misunderstandings, lecturers foster inclusion, intercultural understanding, and the skills necessary for success in a globalized world.
Now we invite you to the quiz section where you can test your knowledge by answering 3 questions. Tick the correct answer. Whether you chose right or wrong, you will be given an explanation for the answer. Here we go.